What it is, what it is. Welcome to live. Alright. This is my first live stream, so bear with me here. Alright. Okay, so I don't know if I'm live. It says stream health live. Well, anyway, so what it is, what it is, what it is, YouTube, what it is. You know what it is. It's your boy, the Moose. Well, anyway, so check it out. So as everything is going on, I had a big video giveaway, and I will leave in the link below on who won. I should have gave more time on this, so I hope that y'all can hear me and everybody is fair weathered. All right, so what happened was I decided to do a live Ustream for this occasion, and I'm in my garage, as you can see, and I tried to make something to block everything else. And so anyways, what we can do now is this is all things tech, all DJs, all things tech. And anyway, so I have been DJing since 2014, and I was just trying to get everything else. And you know, one thing that I can say though, as this is this adventure has been, I've basically you know, started like I said, DJing. I'm kind of I don't know if people are watching or gonna watch, but oh, I got one watching now. Hey, welcome to my channel. I was just gonna say that I'm having this big giveaway, and the reason is because I feel that as DJs, we need to learn not just about mixing and switching and everything else, but what about real issues? What about the issues of the technical side of being a DJ? Because there's a lot of things that we need to do, be able to do, and one of those things is being able to how would you say, being able to know what we do when we get to a gig. What do we do? Okay, so now I'm a DJ. What do we do when we get to a gig? The first thing you need, get with the client, and as you get with the client, there's some things that you have to do. And one of the things that I've learned over time is trying to figure out where your place is. Being a DJ, that's what we do. We try to get into the place. We get into the place, and then we look for the setup, and we get to the setup, and then they tell us exactly where to set the DJ equipment up. And as we're setting up, we're starting to realize that there's some problems. One of the problems that we realize is, hey, wait, the power's like 10 feet away. No problem. So then we get our power cord out, and we plug it in, and we go. And that's the first thing that we don't do. We don't just run into a gig and plug in to any source without checking the source first. Because what ends up happening is when you just plug into any electrical source that they give you, and you don't check the power coming out of the wall, because electricity is fickle, you can kill yourself with it. Not only that, you can destroy your equipment real quick. So there's a couple things that you need to do. And the first thing is getting a GFCI. GFCIs are the common equipment that we use as being DJs. And then as we get through this, we start realizing the different things that we could use. And let me show you a picture of what I'm talking about. This right here is actually what you would use when you get to the gig and you plug in. And the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to make sure you have one of these devices with you. As you get into this, you want to make sure that that you're plugging into something that's hot. Not only that, you want to make sure that you're plugging into something that is, as you would say, the differences between the, you have a ticker, and then you have, then you would have basically your, what's it called? It's called, the technical word for it actually is, here we go. I think it's in here. I'm trying to find it, but it's basically, no, it's not even in here. I don't know what I did with it. I failed. Forgive me. This is my first live stream, so I'm like going crazy here. Basically, it's a pocket. It goes in your pocket, and it's you've seen the image of the of it online. So I don't know where I put it in here. Oh, I know. Let me just do it that way. So basically, you have this device that you use. As you can see right here, it's in the picture. It's in the picture there. You see the two devices sitting next to each other. With a long device that is a ticker. And this is when you're dealing with raw electrical. A lot of times you don't have to deal with that, but if you're like maybe setting up a table or something and you want to check the lines to make sure which is right, because what you have is you have three wires. You have the red, you have the black, and you have the green. Sometimes that red that can be white too. It's a common. Or the red might be black, and then there might be a black, white, and a green. Okay, so, or there might be a brown. Brown, red, and black are power or hot. So anytime you see one of those three colors, you get a ceiling fan sometimes, you see a brown wire in there. That brown wire is actually the hot. That's the power side. And then you have the white, which is the common, or the neutral wire is what they call it. And then what you do is you check to make sure that everything is going correctly before you actually plug the wires in. And what it is, it's called a ticker. So what'll happen is it'll go tick, 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 tick. It'll tell you, and red means hot and green means neutral. So that would be a best way to use that. Commonly, you don't use that as being a DJ, but I'm giving both away in the giveaway. And then here is the ground tester. This tester right here, which is the square one that's sitting next to it. This is a socket tester, and the socket tester works in a bunch of ways. What it does is it detects what is going on with your power. So when you plug this in, it'll actually tell you by the different things. I should have showed that side of it, but basically what it'll do is it'll show you the different power sources, show you where it's coming from. It'll also show you that everything is running smoothly. So that is something that we need to watch for as being DJs. Go ahead and leave in the comments if you have any comments. I just, I totally, you know, I totally, I'm learning all about different things. And one thing that I can say is that if you don't know about electricity, then there's a lot of places that you can actually go to find out about electricity. And one thing is there's a bunch of things about it, and I'm going to read you a couple things here so you kind of get to know. Electricity is a set of physical phenomena associated with the presence of the motion of matter that has property of electric charge. Electricity is related to magnetism, both being part of a phenomenon of electromagnetism, as described by Maxwell equations. Its various common phenomena are related to electricity, including lightning, static electricity, and that's where we're getting our power from. Static electricity is where, okay, so you go to a dam, and what happens, this is how it works. The water goes into the dam. There's a bunch of different kinds of dams they have, but what happens is the water gets heated, and the H2O. It's common to know that the turbine is moved by moving water. It has to be something that's moving. So what it does is it gets steam. Steam is like a big power play in power. They use steam to move the electricity. So as electricity goes through, it spins this big old huge motor. Well, it's spinning this motor, and the motor has this big old wire, brass wire wrapped around it. And as that's going on, it's spinning and spinning and spinning, and it's creating what they call electromagnetism. And as that electromagnetism goes through, that electromagnetism makes electricity, and it shoots the electricity along the wires. You stop the dam, you stop the wire, the electricity from going. There's other ways that they make electricity. They do it through wind turbines. Wind turbines are the same way, but they're done differently because they have a big, huge head on them, and they're spinning, and as they spin, as the wind goes through, they're spinning, and they're spinning this big old head in there that is actually turning the motor, and the motor is actually turning that and making that charge, and that charge goes into electromagnetism. So that's how power is made. You can get 3 different types of power. They said that Wikipedia says there's 3 different kinds of power that you can go through. Lightning, static electricity, and electric heating. Electrical heating and electrical discharges. So electrical heating is something that I was talking about how they heat the water up, and then it boils, and then it sends that thing, and it makes everything work. So that's how electricity goes through your venue, and next thing you know, you're going to plug in. Well, if you don't have that guy, like I showed you, if you don't have him, you're basically going to have some problems. If you don't have them, see the two sitting next to each other, the tall one and the short one. If you don't have that short device, you don't know what you're going to get. Now, there's a couple things that you can look at. So your make sure, because I went to this. This is the reason why I got this topic up. I went to a place called Fisher, Texas, and in Fisher, Texas, there is a big venue hall. Is an old dance hall from maybe I think the 1930s to 40s, and they converted it. It looks really rustic and everything else. And down here, they're selling the rustic theme now, because everything is just old looking, and they define it by painting it up and making it look cool. Well, excuse me. That's what they did. And this venue, I guess it was cheap, but they ran the wire one side and ran the wire on the other side, and all the plugins on one side of the building was on this side of the building, and then all the other side on this side of the building was on one circuit, and like I said, the other side. But I happen to be on the side where they put the crock pots. These people, I guess they never read that putting a crock pot on a power strip and then putting it on an extension cord and then plugging 5 crock pots into one problems. They had 9 crock pots on one side of the room, and then you go to the other side of the room, they had 1. Makes any sense? So as that happened, just everything helped. Just everything was just kind of crazy. So all right. So let's get with this big, huge giveaway. All right. So 2 people have contacted me about this big giveaway. So we're just going to go ahead and, excuse me, we're going to go ahead and draw them out and see who won the big giveaway. Drum roll. And the winner of the giveaway, I had 2. So the winner of this giveaway is DJ Cool Thing. Yay! Anyways, hats off to you, brother. And hats off to my friend DJ Phoenix. I'm gonna do this. Since 2 of y'all did this, I'm gonna go ahead and give both of y'all the device. So, what I need you to do now is I will contact DJ Phoenix if he's not on, and I'll contact DJ Cool Thing. And what I'll do is I'll ask y'all for your address, and that's all I need. And then what will happen is Home Depot will be sending you the device, so it'll come from Home Depot. Be on the lookout. It should be to your house by Friday of next week. So, or maybe Saturday of next week. So I will get those things out to you. For that's being said, I really didn't know which area to go into today, but I thought I'd talk about electricity. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. I don't know if this comment stuff really worked. Let's see if it works. Hello. I'm saying hello. The is DJ Cool Thing and DJ. I don't want to. Excuse me. J P H Y N DJ-505X, I believe that's how he spells it. So, okay, so there you go. So basically, I gave out 2. So I hope you enjoyed it. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you're new here. And go ahead and leave comments below on what you thought and tell me what I can work on. Hit the like button and hit the don't like button. And let me go ahead and do this last thing here. This is, I got this, and I wanted to read this to you. It's called 365 Motivational Quotes. Be stubborn about your goals and flexible about your methods. And I'm going to read you with one more. You keep a lot to yourself because it's difficult to find people who are understanding. Thanks for watching. Peace. How do I get out of it? Oh. I guess that's how I get out of it. I don't know. Am I still my live?